Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We're delighted to have you here as we prepare to begin tonight's pinning ceremony. This ceremony will begin shortly. Once it concludes, we invite you to greet and celebrate your graduates outside in the main lobby or outside the building. Before we begin, we kindly ask that you silence all of your mobile phones. Thank you for being here to share in this meaningful moment, and please enjoy the ceremony.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the WSU Tech Practical Nurse Pinning Ceremony. My name is Deshawn Willingham, Dean of Nursing and Mental Health Programs, and it is truly a privilege and honor to serve as your host for this beautiful occasion. Tonight's ceremony is a cherished tradition in our profession. The pin you will soon see placed on each graduate is more than a piece of jewelry. It is a symbol of dedication, compassion, resilience, and the formal transition from student nurse to practical nurse. It marks the completion of their entry-level nursing education and the beginning of a lifelong journey of learning and service. Our students have studied, cried, sacrificed, laughed, questioned themselves, and kept going. They have balanced families, jobs, life, and clinicals, and they made it to this moment. Graduates, look around this room. Every person here is a witness to your hard work and your growth. We are here to celebrate you. To begin our program this evening, I would like to introduce those who share the stage with me. To my left, to my immediate left, Dr. Sherry Utash, President of WSU Tech. Sarah Leftwick, Vice President of Nursing, Short-Term Health Programs and Grants Management. Trish Phillips, Chief Nursing Officer for Axiom Healthcare Services. And Flora Diaz, Assistant Dean and Program Director for Nursing Programs. We will first hear a welcome from our President, Dr. Sherry Utash. Please join me in welcoming her.
So good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special night. I want to extend some warm thanks for all of you that are attending, particularly families, friends, faculty, and most importantly, all of you dressed in white down here, our practical nursing students. This is a meaningful evening. Tonight, we gather to celebrate your accomplishments and the journey that brought each of you to this moment. The pinning ceremony is one of the most cherished traditions in nursing. It's a moment that honors your commitment, your perseverance, and your heart for service. This evening marks the completion of your practical nursing program, but it also marks your beginning. You are stepping out into a profession that is built on compassion, skill, integrity, and the courage to walk alongside people in some of their most vulnerable moments. And you are ready for that responsibility. The pin you will receive in a few moments is more than a symbol of completion. It represents the decision you made to show up for others, to learn, to listen, to comfort, and to lead with empathy and excellence. You chose a profession that matters deeply in every community that you will touch. And that contribution will go far beyond what you may ever see. I want to take a moment and thank our remarkable faculty and staff. If you would please stand so I could recognize you. Nursing faculty and staff, please join me. You may be seated. Their teaching, their high standards, and their belief in each of you are reflected in the nurses setting here tonight. They prepare our graduates not only for licensure to pass the NCLEX, but for a lifetime of learning and service in a field that continues to evolve and grow. Graduates, would you please stand and turn and look into this audience? What I want you to do, I want you to take a moment. I want you to look at the people who fill this space with pride tonight. Your families, your partners, your children, your friends, your mentors. These are the hands and the hearts that carried you through the long nights of studying, the clinical days that pushed you, and the moments where you wondered if you could do it. They always knew you could. Let's take a moment, practical nursing students, and thank them for their dedication and their support. All right, students, you may be seated. I want you to know that the future of healthcare needs you. There are 51 graduates tonight. They need your steadiness. They need your compassion, your critical thinking, and your ability to connect with people in a way that only nurses can. I want you to wear your pin with pride. But most of all, I want you to let it remind you every single day of who you are, who you serve, and the difference that you will make in lives. We are super proud of you at WSU Tech, and we believe in you. And we cannot wait to see what you're going to do as you change lives as practical nurses. So on behalf of WSU Tech, our Board of Trustees, and all of our faculty and staff, we congratulate you on this milestone tonight. Congratulations, graduates, and welcome to the nursing profession. So before we continue, I want to share a quick message with you. Earlier this week, I was meeting with somebody who strongly believes in the work that we do at WSU Tech. When I mentioned that I would be here tonight speaking to you and doing a welcome for your pinning, she said, I want to offer congratulations as well. She told me, I would love to be here in person, but unfortunately, Tuesdays are also city council meeting days, and she kind of has to be there. So she didn't want to miss the chance to speak to you, so she recorded a message just for you. So if you would please turn your attention to the screens for a message from one of our valued board members and the mayor of Wichita, Mayor Lily Wu.
Good evening and congratulations to the WSU Tech Practical Nurse graduates. I'm grateful to be with you all virtually tonight. As mayor of the largest city in Kansas, I'm guided by gratitude. I'm grateful to be an American, lucky to live in Wichita, and honored to serve as mayor of my hometown. It's a city that I've called home since 1993 when my family immigrated from Guatemala to the United States. That personal journey taught me the importance of perseverance, opportunity, and the power of support systems in our communities, values I see reflected in each of you. Thank you for choosing a profession rooted in service. You did not pursue this work for recognition or a pat on the back. You chose it because you know the work you do makes a real difference. It makes a difference in people's lives, often quiet and always meaningful. Nurses are essential to the health and well-being of our communities, bringing skill, compassion, and hope when it is needed most. On behalf of the Wichita City Council, thank you for your dedication and for answering the call to serve. Our city is stronger, healthier, and more compassionate because of nurses like you. Congratulations again to the class of 2025, and thank you for your commitment to our community.
Thank you, Dr. Utash, for your leadership, your vision, and unwavering support of nursing education and healthcare. Graduates, faculty, family, and friends, can we show our appreciation again to Dr. Utash? At this time, we have the honor of hearing from two of our graduates. Each cohort is represented by a classmate who reflects their shared journey. The late nights, the laughter, the tears, the determination that brought them here tonight. This year, representing the practical nursing class of 2025 day cohort is Rebecca Jo Geyer, and representing the evening cohort is Michelle A. Vance. They both have been strong voices, supportive classmates, and a true example of the heart of nursing. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca Jo Geyer, and immediately following her will be Michelle A. Vance.
Good evening, everyone. As Dean Willingham stated, my name is Rebecca Geyer, and I would like to start by taking a few moments to thank you all for being here to celebrate with us tonight. It is truly an honor to be asked to stand before you all and speak on behalf of the journeys we each have embarked on this last year. I take this opportunity with great pride as we spend our final moments together to present this speech to all of our families and friends. Standing here today, it feels as if we're standing at the top of a mountain we once weren't sure we could climb. Let's be honest, Getting to the stage tonight took everything we had and a few things that we didn't. For many of us, our reason for becoming a nurse was the desire to help and be a real difference maker in the lives of others. There are days many of us thought, do I have what it takes? Am I smart enough? Nursing school has a unique and interesting way of humbling you. Just when you think you've mastered a concept or skill, a new one comes along to remind you that in this profession, learning really never stops. We've studied until our eyes ached, stressed over exams, skill checkoffs, endured long clinical days, and survived many grueling hours of ATI, and maybe cried in a few parking lots. We've shared snacks, laughter, notes, study materials, and consumed enough caffeine and coffee to cause some gnarly arrhythmias. We've built a bond and leaned on one another in ways that only fellow nursing students understand. We have become a family. It is in one another we can share excitement when we perform a skill for the first time or get to watch something at a clinical site that our families either wouldn't understand or simply find utterly disgusting, especially talking about it over a meal. The hardest tests in nursing school aren't always the exams in front of you. When I thought about this journey, I knew it would challenge me, but I never imagined how much it would shape me. It tested my strength, my patience, my confidence, and at times my faith and ability to believe in myself. Life still happens beyond the books and classroom, and on April the 1st of this year, I had every reason to quit. I had to make a choice, and the odds were stacked against me, but I bravely and respectfully said, I did not come this far to come this far, and I will be staying in this program. I chose to use these life-changing challenges as opportunities to grow within my evolution of becoming a nurse for patient advocacy, rehabilitation, and pretty much every single module of Med-Surg. I was recently reminded, sometimes it is in our vulnerability we find out we are the strongest. No truer words have been spoken. Thank you, Dean Willingham, for reminding me of my inner strength, discipline, and mental toughness. This program has taught me more than skills, lab values, and how to be a nurse. It has taught me who I truly am and shown me what I'm capable of becoming. For this dedication, having this privilege, I would be remiss not to take a quick opportunity to address my little village of family and friends. So thank you for loving me a little extra on days I was spread thin, never ceasing the opportunity to give me a push of confidence and checking in on me when I went too quiet. I love you all, and I hope I've made you proud. To my 3 children, thank you for always being my #1 reason and purpose in all that I do. I hope I've exemplified the last year to never stop chasing your dreams, and you are capable of anything that you do, no matter the odds. To our families, friends, and loved ones with us today, this undoubtedly is the hardest thing that we have all probably ever done, and you have sacrificed right alongside us. Some of you have provided financial support and helped with our children. You've provided space when we needed time to study, reassurance when we doubted ourselves, comfort on days when we felt overwhelmed, and were an ear when we needed to vent. You've believed in us on the days we struggled to believe in ourselves, and for that, we owe you our deepest gratitude. To our employers, and mine specifically, that is not a healthcare-related field, thank you for your support, flexibility, and understanding of demanding class schedules, clinical hours, and the endless hours of homework. To my fellow students, look at what we have done. Many of us have worked full-time in school, some of us part-time. There are many of us that are parents in this class, those of us who wrote care plans while wiping noses, packing lunches, and juggling our children's extracurriculars. One of the hardest but greatest lessons nursing school has taught us all is that the growth often begins in the uncomfortable places, the moments you feel unprepared, unsure, or overwhelmed. We've turned fear and uncertainty into confidence, confusion into competence, and utter exhaustion into achievement. We have proven that our hearts are strong enough to carry others through their darkest of days and gentle enough to bring comfort when hope feels distant and uncertain. To our instructors, I would like to formally thank the following nursing faculty in no particular order: Sasha Hasuna, Tessa Brock, Melissa Jimenez, Casey Patel, Jordan Hafner, Carrie Haley, Emily Legue, Kathy Marlier, Tina Miller, Golden Cooper III, Shelby Beneda Allen, Diaz, and Dean Deshawn Willingham. Thank you for your instruction, sharing your wisdom, and for the opportunity to learn from you. Many of you have taken us under your wing, mentored us, and encouraged us when we felt defeated. You've taught us to think critically, to think like a nurse, and to be accountable and learn what will be the patient's demise the fastest. We have compassion, professionalism, and advocacy. It is all of you who have molded and shaped us and built the foundation of what we will become, the next generation of nursing. As I send all of us off on our own paths, remember our days here together. Remember your why. And no matter the census, patient to nurse ratios, sleep deprivation, the difficult patient or their family, simply never forget the reason you chose this path. Be the nurse who sits with a patient just a little longer, who brings calm into chaos, and who treats each person with dignity and compassion. Let's be the nurses who make people feel safe, seen, and cared for. Nursing isn't just a profession, it's a calling, and it's a promise. And today we honor the beginning of that promise. The pin we are about to receive is for every patient or loved one who reminded us why we chose this path. It represents resilience, heart, and hope. Today is not the end, but rather the beginning of the patients we will meet, the trust we will earn, and the difference we will make every day. Congratulations to each one of us. And as Elwed said, we did it.
Good evening, everyone. Family, friends, and of course, my amazing classmates. My name is Michelle A. Vance, and I am honored to speak on behalf of the WSU Tech Evening Cohort Class of 2025, a group of incredible women who became so much more than classmates. Tonight, we receive our pens and reflect on how far we've come and how much we've grown, not just as future nurses, but as people. Excuse me. We are the evening cohort. We came to class and clinicals after working all day, getting kids to practice and taking care of our own families. And then we would turn around and learn how to take care of everyone else's. We showed up tired, anxious, overstimulated, and occasionally held together by caffeine and pure determination, but we showed up. Together, we survived skills checkoffs with shaky hands and racing hearts. We discovered that dose calc is only simple after we've panicked about it first. We saw each other at our best and our most exhausted. There were tears of frustration and tears of joy. We laughed at inside jokes, such as the great V8 debacle of 2025. And helped each other through a very specific kind of delirium that only happens around week 3 or 4 of the semester. But all through it all, we did not quit. When we look back on this journey, we'll remember more than exams and deadlines. Remember the long evenings spent working on group projects, helping each other survive dose calc when the numbers stopped making sense, and getting through those RQI modules together, practicing compressions, timing breaths, and cheering each other on every time the mannequin told us to push harder. These moments bonded us, they strengthened us, and they taught us that teamwork, resilience, and compassion are what nursing truly requires. Tonight isn't just about a pen. It's about what the pen represents. It represents the late nights, the early mornings, the assignments that we thought would never end. It represents every patient we met in clinicals who reminded us why we chose this path. It represents families who rearranged their lives so we could chase our dream, and the friends who listened to us talk about nursing school nonstop and still answered our phone calls. To our instructors and faculty, thank you so much for holding us to a standard that we didn't always think that we could meet. You challenged us, you pushed us, and sometimes you may have scared us a little bit. But also, you believed in us as nurses. Long before we could actually see that in ourselves. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. Wonderful. Thank you so much for the pause there. All right. So to our families and friends, thank you for feeding us, for cheering us on, and pretending to understand our medical rants. You carried us through more than what you truly know. To my classmates, we balanced work, school, kids, life, and sleep. Well, some sleep. We stayed strong, we stayed kind, and we stayed a team, start to finish. And this is something we should be incredibly proud of. We became nurses together. Evening class of 2025, I'm very proud of us, along with our day class as well. The world is about to gain an incredible group of LPNs, and I know that we will change lives, one patient, one shift, one cup of coffee or Dr. Pepper at a time. Congratulations, ladies. We did it. Thank you.
What inspiring words. Can we give our graduates another round of applause? At this time, I would like to recognize several very important groups who have supported these graduates along the way. First, to our wonderful and talented faculty. Would all nursing faculty please stand? You have taught, mentored, challenged, and encouraged these students from day one. You have seen their potential even on days when they doubted themselves. Graduates and guests, please help me in thanking them one more time. Next, I would like to acknowledge our student representatives. These students meet regularly with nursing administration to share feedback, advocate for their peers, and help us continually improve the program. They also serve as mentors to new students, offering guidance, support, encouragement, and those "you can do this" talks that make all the difference. Student reps, please stand so we can recognize you. We also want to recognize the students who are members of Alpha Sigma Lambda Honor Society. Your commitment to academic excellence while balancing the responsibility of adult life is truly commendable. If you are a part of Alpha Sigma Lambda, please stand and be recognized. And finally, perhaps most importantly, to the family and friends in this room, you are the late night listeners, the child care providers, the extra shift picker-uppers, the "you've got this" text senders, and the constant encouragers. You have dried tears, celebrated small victories, and believed in these graduates even when they were exhausted and overwhelmed. Graduates, please take a moment to turn to your families and supporters. Let's give them a heartfelt round of applause for being your strength, comfort, and support through this journey. Tonight, as we celebrate our 60th anniversary, I felt it was important to honor not only the rich history of this institution, an institution I am proud to serve, but also the legacy of the visionary leader under whom I have the privilege of working. Last spring, the faculty brought a situation to my attention involving one of our top students. A family member of hers had experienced a sudden health crisis and was in the ICU. At the time, the prognosis was unclear, and based on what we knew, it appeared grim. The student scheduled a meeting with both Mrs. Diaz and me to discuss her options. From our perspective, the compassionate and reasonable recommendation was to advise her to medically withdraw, focus on her family, and then rejoin us in the fall. We had every intention of holding her space and supporting her return. But this student had a different plan, one rooted in strength, determination, and the kind of perseverance that defines the very best nurses. She sat down with us, shared her story, and after listening, I gently said, based on what you've told us, we advise you to medically withdraw, and we will hold your space for the fall. She looked me directly in the eye and said with complete respect, yet absolute resolve, Dean, no. I've come too far to withdraw now. In that moment, everything shifted. We listened, we adjusted, and together we planned for her to reconnect with us after the weekend so we could determine the best way for her to move forward. Fast forward to this past October, when I attended the scholarship luncheon and listened to the stories of the recipients. After Dr. Utash spoke, she said something that has stayed with my heart ever since. These are the stories that remind us that hope has a face. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting the inaugural Hope Has a Face, Dr. Sherry Utash Perseverance Award to a student who embodies this exact sentiment. It is my privilege to present this award to Rebecca Geyer.
That is so cool. This is the coolest thing ever.
gosh.
Hope has a face right here. This is why we're here. This is why we do what we do. Super.
It is now my extreme honor and pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Tricia Phillips, Chief Nursing Officer of Axiom Healthcare Services in Wichita, Kansas. Tricia is a dynamic and visionary executive with a remarkable career encompassing over 25 years of healthcare leadership expertise, including 11 years with Axiom. Her forward-thinking approach, combined with a deep understanding of clinical practices, has been instrumental in redefining standards for care delivery and evaluating and elevating value across the care continuum. Through her unwavering passion, Tricia has cultivated a culture of professional development, emphasizing the importance of education, influence, and relationship building in the healthcare field. Her dedication to excellence is evident through her involvement in multiple prestigious organizations. Tricia currently serves on the quality and survey committees with AHCA, holds positions on the boards of both Butler Community College and KHCA, and actively participates in the Nurses Honor Guard of Wichita. With her impactful contributions and commitment to advancing healthcare, Tricia stands as a respected leader and influencer in the profession. Please join me in welcoming Tricia Phillips.
Well, now I'm going to cry because I didn't know we were going to do that right before I came up here, so that's great. Which, you know, if I do, somebody please tell my team because they don't think I have tears. Anyway, this program is near and dear to my heart. My daughter graduated from here, and she also went through a lot of stuff with her daughter going through it. And so it's such an amazing program and an amazing need that we have in this city. So good evening, everyone. It's such an honor to be here with you guys today. To the graduates, congratulations. You made it. You pushed through the nights, the endless studying, clinicals, tested your patience, and moments when you probably thought, what in the world did I sign up for? But you did it. You kept going, and today you get to celebrate that hard work. I've been a registered nurse since May of 2025. No, that's today. May 2005. And let me tell you, nursing has changed a lot since then. Back when I started, we still charted on paper. So every 2 hours on paper with different colors of ink for everything that you did. which is so crazy now that I think about that. But we didn't have many electronic systems, and TikTok wasn't even around back then to make fun of all of the old nurses that you guys do. So crazy. But one thing that hasn't changed, and that's the heart of nursing. No matter the generation, the technology, or the trends, the essence of what we do remains the same: caring for people when they need it the most. Now, I want to take a moment and talk to you about something I think we've all noticed in healthcare: the generational gap. Thank God we've got new nurses entering the field with fresh energy, new ideas, a whole lot of confidence. And when you've got those of us who've been around a while who may need to do things the old school way, well, because it's worked for 20 years. Sometimes differences can make us a little impatient with each other. The newer nurses think, why are they still doing it that way? And the seasoned nurses think, why are they always on their phone? But the truth is, we need each other. The wisdom of experience, the energy of new ideas, sometimes that's hard, but we need each other. The ideas have to grow as nursing changes every day. Together, that's what makes us strong. Maybe. Back to charting on paper here. The generations bring something valuable to the table. The key is listening to one another, respecting those differences, and remembering that we have a shared goal, and that's always the same: providing the best possible care to the patients who need you the most. And to all of you, our new LPNs, please know this: your role is vital. You are the background of patient care. You're the ones at the bedside noticing the subtle changes in patients' breathing before anyone else does. And you'll get those CPR chest compressions done just deep enough. You're the ones offering the reassurance to a scared family member. You're the ones turning tough days into manageable ones with your skill, your patience, and your compassion. Being an LPN means wearing many hats: clinician, teacher, advocate, parents, daughters, sons, and sometimes therapist. And you do it all with grace. Don't ever underestimate the power of what you do. But I also want to give you a little advice from someone who's been doing this for a while. In all of that, take care of you. You can't take care of anyone else if you don't take care of yourself first. Nursing will stretch you in every way: physically, emotionally, and mentally. You can't pour from an empty cup. Give yourself grace on those hard days. Celebrate the small wins and never forget that what you do matters, even when it feels like nobody else notices. You're stepping into a field that is not just a career. It's a calling. It's a privilege to be trusted with people's most vulnerable moments. And it's something that will shape you, it'll challenge you, and it will change you in ways that you can't even imagine yet. So head into this next chapter, carry that pride with you, support one another, be patient with your patients, with your coworkers, but most importantly with yourselves. And remember that the best nurses never stop learning, they never stop listening, and more importantly, they never stop caring. So congratulations, class of 2025. The world needs your courage, your compassion, and most importantly, your heart. So go make a difference, one patient, one shift, and one story at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Tricia, for such a thought-provoking, motivating, and heartfelt address. Your words remind us why nursing is not just a job, it is a calling. Next, we will continue with our tradition by reflecting on the meaning of the nursing pin itself. To share the history and symbolism of the nursing pin, Mrs. Melissa Jimenez will give you the background. We will then proceed with the pinning of our graduates and the lighting of the nursing lamps. As each graduate is pinned and receives their light, we invite you to reflect on the journey that has brought them to this moment and the lives they will touch in the future. Tonight, our nursing students will be pinned by Tessa Brock, Director of Simulation and Education, who also served as their instructor for their Med-Surg 2 course, and their names will be read by Ms. Melissa Jimenez, who served as their instructor for the pharmacology course.
The nursing pin given to every graduate of the WSU College of Applied Sciences and Technology practical program cannot be considered mere jewelry or a reminder of graduation, like a tassel or mortarboard. Rather, the nursing pin has a history that connects each new WSU Tech graduate nurse to every graduate nurse who has come before, every nurse in the United States, and every nurse who has ever accepted the responsibility of the profession. The wearing of the nursing pin is a privilege earned by graduates of nursing programs across the country. It is a symbol of the practice of nursing and the educational preparation of the wearer. Most schools have a pinning ceremony to honor their graduates, and WSU Tech is no different. The tradition of the nursing pin and the ceremonial pinning at the completion of a nursing program originated in the 1860s at the Nightingale School of Nursing at St. Thomas Hospital in London. Having been recently awarded the Red Cross of St. George for her selfless service to the injured and dying in the Crimean War, Florence chose to extend this honor to the outstanding graduate nurses by presenting each of them with the Medal of Excellence. Wolverton Royal Hospital in England initiated the tradition of presenting all nursing graduates with a badge. In the United States, the first pin was presented to the graduating class of 1880 at the Bellevue Hospital of New York City. By 1916, the practice of pinning new nurses was common throughout North America. While nurses do not always wear caps and white uniforms, nurses proudly wear a pin. It is a treasured symbol of their association and everlasting bond with their nursing school, evidence of completing a rigorous, mentally and physically demanding nursing program, and the recognition of the history and heritage of nursing. Each pin is distinctive, representing only one program, and it identifies to the other programs from which the nurse graduated. The WSU Tech Practical Nurse Pin has one stalk of wheat representing the growth of students into nurses, the Nightingale lamp symbolizing the light of knowledge, and the WSU logo. Thank you. J.C. Smith, I thank God for guiding me, my partner for standing beside me, and my family and friends for lifting me every step of the way. This one's for you. Coriana Tullis, to my family, thank you for the support and always nodding along to my nursing lingo. You deserve a pin. Jamie Rogers, I would like to dedicate this pin to Terrence Floyd II, my kids, and my girls. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. Jillian Garza, thank you to my loved ones. I couldn't have done this without you. Ashlyn Poirier, thank you to my mom, family, and friends who supported me through this journey. Haley Roberts, thank you to my family, classmates, and the WSU Tech staff. Kennedy Williams, I would like to thank my loved ones, classmates, and instructors for the support and guidance. Thank you. Anita Smith, I would like to thank my family for standing beside me through this process. I also thank my mother in heaven. I made it through your strength and determination. Shanna Hansen, I want to thank my husband and family for supporting and believing in me. Rebecca Nacy, first I want to thank Jesus. Without him, I can do nothing. I also want to thank my biggest supporter, my husband. You are my rock, and I could never have made it without your love and strength. To my family, thank you for understanding my absence. I am truly blessed and grateful. Danielle Brazelton, I dedicate this pin to my family, coworkers, the other nursing students, and my friends. Shamari Mitchell, I would like to dedicate this pin to my daughter, and I would like to thank my family for all their support. Sarah Tate, thank you to my spouse, children, classmates, and coworkers for the continued support and time spent being my study buddies. I dedicate this pin to my father who passed away before my journey was complete. Michelle Avance, special thanks to my husband and kids for the hugs, laughs, and endless "you got this" pep talks, even when I was one coffee away from losing it. Thanks for being my dream team and striving nursing school right along with me. Anthony Johnson, I dedicate this pin to my mom and my dad. Brianna Lee Langston, I want to dedicate this pin to my sons. Thank God for expanding my territory, and I also thank my village. Leslie Marilyn Hernandez, thank you to my family for helping me. Dedicate this to my beautiful daughter, Rosa. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. Vanessa Tovar, I want to dedicate this pin to Wyatt, my family, and my friends. Naya Staley, I would like to dedicate this pin to my mom and my daughter. Daniel Paredes, thank you to all my instructors and classmates for supporting me on this journey. Lisbeth Maldonado, this pin to my boyfriend, my family, and my sweet baby boy growing within me. Thank you for being my purpose. Brittany Rohr, thank you to my family and friends for your support. Special shout out to my mom. I couldn't have done this without you. Love you guys. Hunter Dreefort, I would like to thank my family for supporting me. Harley Asbridge, I dedicate this day and this pin to my family. Samantha Lopez, I dedicate this pin to my fiance and my family. Isela Guerrero, I dedicate this milestone to my family whose constant support, encouragement, and strength made this dream possible. Jennifer Chandler, huge thanks to God, my husband, Chris, and my kids, professional fast food testers and emotional support humans who stood by a tired, cranky mom who was determined to become a nurse. Shout out to Rebecca, Mel, Katie, Caitlin, and Natalie. We did it. Rebecca Geyer, I dedicate this pin to my family friends, and instructors who showed me encouragement and reminded me of my strength. Caitlin Kopf. I want to thank my friends and family. Thank you all for your love and support. Priscilla Lord. Thank you to all my friend and family and friends who supported me throughout this program. Maria Alicia Ziad. Thank you. I dedicate this pin to my family. Casey Osarnio. I dedicate this pin to my family. Jay Taylor. First, I give honor to God. To God be the glory. To my husband, Blue Taylor, my mother, my dad, my uncle, my mom, Aunt Hood, and other family, my children, my church family, the WSU Tech staff, the other nursing students. Thank you. There are more blessings to come. Natalie Lamb. I dedicate this pin to my children, my partner, and my grandma. You've carried me in more ways than you know and have been my strength through it all. I wouldn't be here without you. Kate Coleman, thank you to my husband, children, and family. Without you, this would not have been possible. Melanie Castaneda, I thank my family for their love, strength, and belief in me. They never let me quit. Katie Burke, thank you to my family and friends for all their love and support. Jamila Wilson, to my beautiful daughter, Amelia, my loving parents, thank you both for being my strength and motivation throughout this journey. For pushing me in my hardest days, your smiles reminded me why I started, and your love gave me the courage to finish. This achievement is ours. Annie Tran, I would like to dedicate this pin and thank my family for all your support. Melanie Newton, I would like to dedicate this pin to my mom. I love you, Mom, and I miss you. I thank my friends and children for putting up with me through this journey. Tiara Kindred. I would like to thank Tammy and my cohort for speaking life and encouraging me. Most of all, I thank my children for enduring. Shaylin Allen. I want to give praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. I thank my children for their love and support. James 1:12 says, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, has promised. Colleen Nichols. Thank my kids, my husband, my family, my friends, my work family, and nursing study group for all your support. You lifted me up in your own way. I could not have made it through this journey without you. Chioma Iwono. I would like to thank God for guiding me and carrying me through this journey, my family for their constant support and encouragement, my nursing besties and study partners. I appreciate you more than words can say. Arlette Villa. First and foremost, I want to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity and guiding me through every step of this journey. I am also deeply grateful to my parents, partner, and my nursing besties for standing by me, believing in me, and lifting me up. Naira Safari Uamamura. On this special day, I would like to thank God for always being with me. I wouldn't have done it without him. Thank you to my wonderful husband. I love you. To my family and instructors for supporting me. God bless you all. Amber Size. Thank you to my kids, family, and friends for all their support. Ms. Jimenez for helping me see my potential, and to my rock, Grandma Mary. Thanks for never doubting me. I love you all. Lillian Leitner. First, I thank God for his mercy. Dedicated teacher, I learned a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you to my loving husband, Nursing Bestie Study Group. We got through this together. Please keep in touch. Thank you for everything. Adonis Daniel Shukuru. First, I want to thank God for his strength, his grace, and guidance through every challenge and late night moments of doubt. To my family, friends, instructors, and fellow students, thank you for believing in me. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16.
Students, please stand and read the nursing pledge with me. I solemnly pledge to adhere to the code of ethics of the nursing profession, to cooperate faithfully with the other members of the nursing team, and to carry out faithfully and to the best of my abilities the instructions of the physician or the nurse who may be assigned to supervise my work. I will not do anything evil or malicious, and I will not knowingly give any harmful drug or assist in malpractice. I will not reveal any confidential information that may come to my knowledge in the course of my work. And I pledge myself to do all in my power to raise the standards and the prestige of practical nursing. May my life be devoted to service and to the high ideals of the nursing profession. You may be seated. Graduates, would you please stand and hold your nursing lights high? Take a moment and look around this room at your classmates, your instructors, and everyone who has walked this journey with you. Each light you see represents long nights, early mornings, sacrifice, courage, and an unwavering commitment to the care for others. Now, graduates, please turn and face your family and friends with your light shining. These are the people who have cheered you on, who believed in you when you doubted yourself, who picked up responsibilities so you could study, who reminded you again and again that you were capable of more than you knew. Family and friends, the light they hold tonight is also your light. Thank you for sharing your strength so that they could find theirs. Graduates, as you hold that light, you can turn back around to me. I invite you to think about what it represents. The compassion you will offer in moments of fear and pain. The knowledge and skill you will use to bring comfort and healing. The voice you will lend to those who cannot speak for themselves. This is not just the end of a program. This is the beginning of your calling. As you embark on this new career path as practical nurses, I offer you this blessing. May your hands bring comfort and your words bring peace. May you have the courage to advocate for your patients even when it is hard. May you never lose your curiosity, your humility, or your heart for learning. May you take care of yourself with the same compassion you give to others. And may your light, this light you hold tonight, never grow dim, but continue to shine in the hospital rooms, long-term care facilities, clinics, homes, and communities where you are needed. Graduates, you have earned the right to be called practical nurses. On behalf of WSU Tech, our faculty, staff, and leadership, congratulations, class of 2025. This concludes our program for the evening. We ask that you remain seated as our guests on the stage, faculty, and graduates exit the auditorium. Thank you for celebrating with us tonight. Safe journey home. Good night and happy holidays.